Hello, church. I'm coming to you today to give you an update on regathering for worship in person here at First Christian Church. I know how hard it has been these past few months when we have not been able to gather together to worship. Our task force has been working very hard for the last 2 months, conducting reading research and researching best practices to come up with a way for us to gather together safely. So today I want to review our plan that we have come up with. Now I should say that, as we all know, we are living in a shifting landscape. And as new information becomes available, we very well may need to change and adapt our plans accordingly. So this is our plan for today, but just be aware that it may change as things move forward. So what we have done is created a 4-phased reopening plan, with the most restrictive being phase 1 and phase 4 being what we're calling our new normal. Each phase includes operational procedures for worship, for small groups like Sunday school gathering, nursery care, church events, and our office staff procedures. When we move to our next phase will be determined by the risk levels published by the state of Ohio for Medina County in particular. So I want to share with you first a little bit about this new public health advisory system that the governor and the state of Ohio have created. So this public health advisory system contains 4 risk levels: yellow, orange, red, and purple. Those 4 risk levels communicate to people living in those areas what restrictions they should put on their own personal movement and safety. So as you can perhaps see, it's a small map. Medina is currently level 2, so we are at a risk level 2 or orange level at the moment. Now we have tied our phases to these risk levels. So as the risk decreases, then we can offer more things in person. But however, if risk levels go back up again, then we will need to restrict what we can do as a congregation for in-person gathering. As you can see, phase 1 will take place whenever the risk level is determined to be 3 or higher. Phase 2 is when the state is at a risk level 2, the county. Phase 3 is risk level 1, and phase 4 is when we are to a place where COVID cases are in decline in Medina County. Now, I know you can't read this chart. I'm going to be emailing this to all of you, but this is just what the chart looks like. It outlines the phases, when they will be implemented, and then all of the details regarding worship, Sunday school, so on and so forth. I want to talk to you today a little bit about where we are right now. So, as I mentioned, Medina County is at a risk level 2, which means for our church, we are operating under our phase number 2 guidelines. So I'm going to walk you through what that looks like right now for our church life. First of all, in terms of our worship, it means that we will be live stream only under phase 2. According to the guidelines by the state, level 2 counties should include a recommendation to decrease in-person interactions outside your household. So this means that gathering for either outdoor worship or in-person worship indoors is not recommended. So what does this mean in terms of our small groups, our Sunday school classes, our book groups, all church study that we're about to embark on? So it means that we are going to encourage our small groups to limit their size to around 10. We're also going to require masks be worn indoors for gatherings. And we're going to recommend that if you're meeting outdoors as a small group, we're still going to recommend that you wear masks. And for all of those scenarios, we are still recommending 6 feet social distancing for any kind of small group gathering under phase 2. Now, if and when those numbers decrease and Medina shifts to the risk level 1, then we will shift to phase 3. So what that will look like under phase 3 is that we will then be able to worship outdoors. Just please know that throughout all of this, we are going to continue to live stream every Sunday. So whether we're online only, whether we're outdoor worshiping or worshiping in the sanctuary, we are going to continue to live stream so that all of you at home who aren't able to come out for health reasons can continue to participate in worship through that. So what does this look like for the rest of our church life? We are going to recommend that when you come to outdoor worship that you do still wear a mask. And if you are within 25 feet of our singers, we're going to require those masks. And we're also going to ask that you maintain that 6-foot social distancing. You can sit with your family, but please keep 6 feet between you and the folks next to you. And sadly, there will be no congregational singing. From what we've been reading, this is one of the ways that the virus can spread. And so we are going to have musicians only singing for our outdoor worship. Under phase 3, small groups will be able to meet. We will still require masks indoors, and we will be able to increase the size of our small groups beyond that 10 to accommodate more people, again with the 6 feet distancing. So that's all I'm going to go through for now. As things progress, I will do more videos and give you more of an update so you can be aware of what's happening in the life of our church. But please know this, that I am just as eager as you are to get back together and to be able to worship and see one another's faces. But myself and our church leadership knows that right now it is so important that each of us do our part to safeguard one another's health. That as Christians and followers of Jesus, that our first commandment is to love God with all of our heart, mind, soul, and strength, and to love our neighbor as ourself. And we take that mandate to love our neighbor very seriously. And we feel that one of the ways that we can do that right now is to make sure that we are protecting the health of the most vulnerable in our communities. So I will continue to keep you updated. In the meantime, please know that we welcome your feedback and comments, that myself and Robin are here to pray with you, and that we will do all that we can to continue to carry on God's important work. So remember, friends, take care of yourselves and wear your mask as we love our neighbors.